Well, still on the story, the Limpopo Premier, along with the province's ANC Youth League, will hold a joint media briefing this morning. On the agenda is VBS Mutual Bank, how the province has been affected by the scandal and who, if anyone, will be held accountable. Our reporter Samkele Maseko is in Polokwane and has been tracking this story for us. Samkele, good morning to you. So, what is expected to be communicated by the ANC and its Youth League in Limpopo?
Well, Koli, what we do know is that Stan Mathabata, in his capacity as the Premier of the province, at the Provincial Premier's office, will have a briefing outlining the internal provincial investigation into how municipalities ended up depositing money into a mutual bank, which in specific here would be VBS. We do understand that as it stands right now, we are outside the ANC's provincial head offices, Franz Mutlala House, where the Youth League is seemingly having two briefings, as both there are two factions, one led by Chair Selani, the provincial secretary, who is seemingly defending Danim Caesar, the provincial treasurer, and Florence Radzelani, the deputy chairperson. And then you've got the likes of the chairperson, whom we will speak to now, Vincent Shoba, outside the Franz Mutlala headquarters of the ANC, whom I must say they have been locked out of the ANC's headquarters here at Franz Mutlala House by the instruction of the provincial secretary of the ANC, Soviet Lekhanyane, who's saying there will be no youth league fighting it out over this issue of VBS, of these two factions. I'm now going to speak to Vincent Shoba, who's been very vocal on this issue of VBS. Shoba, firstly, I will start with this question. Why are you locked out outside your own offices and speaking to us outside of the ANC's headquarters?
Let me say that we are not told why we are locked out as the ANC Youth League, but we'll raise this matter with our leadership in due course. But one thing that I want to correct, we are not two factions in Limpopo. The provincial secretary is acting alone. We are here today as a collective. The entire provincial working committee is here of the ANC Youth League. We are not two factions. We just have an ill-disciplined member by the provincial secretary of the ANC Youth League, who behaves in a manner which is not befitting to lead the ANC Youth League.
What is happening with this VBS issue? You've been very vocal saying that those who have been implicated, such as Danim Caesar, Florence Radzelani, and Gift Khanyago of the South African Communist Party, must be removed from the ANC, and those who are also in government must step down from their positions.
We've said on several occasions, without even mentioning comrades by names, to say all those who are implicated in the VBS saga, they must resign. They must afford the ANC opportunity to run its affairs without people who are tainted.
You are an ex-official PEC member as the chairperson of the Youth League. Have you raised these issues of these implicated individuals to step down? Are they attending ANC PEC meetings where this issue is being discussed?
Let me say that the ANC Youth League, it operates on its own within the confines of the ANC. We have raised it as the ANC Youth League. We are still going to meet the leadership of the ANC to raise our views. The ANC has a different approach to what was taken by us as the ANC Youth League. But we feel that the approach that we are taking as the ANC Youth League is a relevant one, is the correct approach, because most of the people who are suffering, especially in Vempe, they are old people. They've been taking their grandchildren to school using their investments which were put in VPS, and their money has just disappeared, and people must account for their actions.
What are you expecting the Premier to say today from the preliminary investigation that was conducted by the province? Have you seen this report that has been compiled by the provincial government? What does it say, and what do you expect the Premier to say in his press briefing at 11:30 today?
We have not seen the report. Remember, the Premier is only going to release the report today. But we are going to support the Premier. Whatever action that the Premier will take, the ANC Youth League in Limpopo will rally behind him, will support him, because he is fighting corruption. We can't tolerate corruption as the African National Congress.
Basically meaning that those implicated must resign. If they do not resign, what then happens?
They must resign. They must just do the right thing and resign. They've stolen from the poor of the poorest. Well, the poorest of the poor. So they must just resign and allow the ANC to conduct its election campaign without tainted people who are going to cloud our campaign.
Well, Oli, there was Vincent Shoba speaking outside the ANC's headquarters where they have been locked out, saying that those who are implicated in the VBS saga, that would be Florence Radzelani, the deputy chairperson, Denim Caesar, the provincial treasurer, and others who are also implicated in this VBS saga must resign from their positions in the ANC and in government.
All right, Samkele Maseko on the
brief
ground.
us as the media at 11:30.
All right, you can complete your thought there, Samkele.
I'm saying, Oli, that we will be expecting the Premier to brief us at the Premier's office at 11:30 today, where that report into the provincial investigation into what truly happened into the VBS saga will be released by the Premier of the province, Stan Mathabatha. You'd remember that over the weekend, the ANC's top 5 in Limpopo was also attending the ANC special NEC, where the issue of the George Mashamba's Integrity Commission report was tabled to the ANC but was deferred to the National Working Committee, which sits next week, and also to the following NEC.
All right, Samkele Maseko on the ground for us there in Limpopo. Of course, following this VBS matter, a very interesting turn of events in as far as the ANC Youth League is concerned. Its whole chairperson locked out of his own office. That's outside the headquarters there in Limpopo.